The one thing I've learned that nobody really tells you up front is that most of what gets published about crypto platforms is based on either first impressions or sponsored content, and neither of those things tells you anything useful about whether a platform actually works. The only thing that does is time. Real time, real tokens, watching what happens over weeks rather than days. And that's the standard I hold myself to before I'll say anything publicly about something. And that's exactly what brought me here today. I've been working with this platform for about 7 weeks, and today I'm going to take you through the whole thing exactly as it happens. No script, nothing cleaned up afterward, just my regular workflow. And then before I sign off, I want to talk through something that I feel genuinely matters. How to approach security in this space in a way that's actually practical and not just theoretical. Alright, so there's the core workspace. Session configuration, live data, everything I need to manage a run is on this one screen. Nothing buried, nothing that requires digging around to find. Okay, so first thing, I'm selecting a token I want to mine, and I want to stop here for a second because I think this part of the platform is genuinely worth highlighting. It's built on multi-chain core, meaning right now it gives me real flexibility. I'm picking the token that actually makes the most sense given what I'm currently holding, not just whatever the platform happens to support. Okay, moving into data center settings. Here, I'm configuring the operating intensity of the session, how the system is going to use resources across the duration of this run. And the reason this step is worth thinking through carefully is straightforward. It directly determines the result at the end of the run, so there's a real trade-off built into how I set this. Okay, pressing start now. And all right, session is live and the console shows all data, elapsed time, resource load, session progress, and a live log, which gives me actual system level visibility rather than just a high level status update. So now I'm going to let this run for a few minutes. Okay guys, I close this session out now. Good, session is done. And here's the exact BTC output from this run. So here, first thing on my end is entering my receiving address. Okay, that's in. Next up is the infrastructure cover. That's the platform's charge for the session, calculated from the parameters I had set and the total active runtime. And what I like about this model is that the fee is completely predictable going in. There's no surprise calculation waiting for me at the end. Also, I have full flexibility over which asset I use to settle it. I can go with whatever makes the most sense for me right now. There's also a wallet connect option there if I'd rather handle the whole thing automatically, but going manual so every step of the process stays visible. Okay, everything is submitted, and now it's sitting in processing. Should come through in a few minutes. So while that's moving, let me get into something that I think is the most practically valuable part of this video. Because the system looks that clean on the user side, this space has always had a problem with projects that replicate the interface without any real infrastructure behind it. Fake services are built well enough to look credible on first inspection, and they show up exactly where you're already looking. YouTube, Google, Reddit, Telegram, every forum where engaged people in this space spend time. That's not accidental, that's where they deliberately plant themselves. And what keeps this a current problem rather than a past one is that this industry moves fast enough that it never really creates space to be careful. Something is always launching, something is always picking up momentum, and that pace generates a kind of background noise that makes it easy to move before you've really thought something through. So a few things that are now just baked into how I look at anything new. First thing, and this is actually where I spend the most time, I go through the entire product end to end, multiple times. Not a quick scroll, not a 5-minute poke around, I mean a proper, methodical walkthrough of every single feature the platform claims to offer. And I do that more than once, because the first run through anything tells you relatively little. It's the second and third time that you start catching the things that didn't register initially. Second thing is functionality under real conditions. I don't just check whether a feature exists, I check whether it actually performs consistently every time I interact with it. Because a lot of platforms will show you something that works once and then quietly breaks on the repeated use, and that pattern tells you a lot about the stability of what's running underneath. And the third thing, and honestly this is where I form most of my final opinion, is how intuitive the whole experience actually is when I'm moving through it as someone who's genuinely trying to get something done. Not reading the documentation, not following a tutorial, just using it the way a real person would use it. Okay, so to close out, I want to frame this in a way that I think actually carries some weight. When I started testing this platform 3 weeks ago, my job was to find the point where it stopped delivering. That's always a job. And across multiple sessions, running different coins under different configurations and durations, that point never showed up. Every session closed out cleanly. Every withdrawal landed where it was supposed to without any friction. And the reason I find that significant is simple. Inconsistency is almost always the first sign that something isn't real, and this platform was consistent all the way through. After nearly a month inside it, that consistency is what I'm walking away with. That's the honest verdict.